everyone, Josh here with Exodus Games, bringing you guys another Awaken Chaos Era video. And today we're going to be talking about one of the units that I'm currently building up right now, and I think a lot of you should be building him up as well, at least if you have him, that is. That is the epic hero Andre. Now, he can actually finally take up the moniker of Andre the Giant, and it truly means something because last time I looked at Andre, he was not very good. He was obviously buffed for the soft launch. And as I said in previous videos, if they do anything right, I will say it and give them credit for it. Now, they've done a lot of wrong in this game, but there are a few instances where they've done some things good. Andre's buff was really, really good. He is now an amazing Nuker. What is a Nuker? He's an amazing Nuker. There we go. We're making up words here, guys. Welcome to the Nuker Club, whatever that is. My luck, it probably means something really bad, and I'm going to get canceled. Oh, well. But anyway, so Andre is a water element hero. He has amazing stat distribution. He has A attack, B health, B defense, B speed, A crit rate. This is an epic hero, guys. He's got stats like a legendary. Now, if a lot of you notice, if you actually go and do some of your research here in the index, you can actually take a look at some of the base stats and realize that some of the stats are a higher tier than others. So his A attack is actually roughly 40 to 60 away from being a low, I'd call it a low class S grade, because it's that close. Like, there's an S grade attack hero in the game that's like 1320 or 1340. I can't remember right off top of my head, but he is very close to being that if you go into the index and look at his base attack. Now, obviously, you can't see his base attack being that high right now because obviously I've only have mine at level 50. He will be my next 6-star, I do believe. I've already put significant amount of glyph investment into him. I still got to skill him up, obviously, hopefully this weekend if I can get some stamina managed for it. Obviously, stamina is still an issue for me right now. But yeah, I got him pretty well glyphed up. And glyphs are not included in the stats on the index as well, guys. So there's another tip for you in case some of you are wondering. So just because you see all the base fully ascended level 60, those are not the full stats. The glyphs will be added to those stats as well. So keep that in mind. So what can this guy do? Why am I so hyped about Andre? What makes him so good? Why is he such a good nuker? Why is he one of the best, if not the best nukers in the game? Well, he has an amazing kit. So as we've already said, his stat distribution is amazing. He has nothing under a B, which is awesome, which means he's going to be a bit tanky, have a little bit of speed, but have a ton of damage. Very well rounded for an epic. So if you get 2 dupes, he's a 2-duper. His Ascension effects are this. If this character has rage, then grants plus 50% crit damage. So that'll work for his skill 1 and his skill 3, his ultimate, because his skill 2 is technically a passive, which we're going to get to as well. It's a very good passive. But if you do not have a rage, then attacks have a 100% chance to reduce his ultimate cooldown. Now, his ultimate cooldown after you skill it up will be 6. So that's not too bad if he's lowering the cooldown, but you really want to just keep that rage on him as much as you can. Now, you can get 2 rage from his ult or more, depending on if you crit, which obviously you are going to crit because you're going to be building him to crit because you want to take advantage of that crit damage. His base crit damage is 150. So with that additional 50, he's already sitting at a base of 200% crit damage. So if you can get him another 50 to 100% crit damage from your gear, you're doing some nutty damage. Okay? And it's okay to be nutty now. We're not in November anymore. So there you guys go with the trait. Absolutely incredible trait for a DPS. Now, skill 1. It does 80% damage. If this character has rage, which he should, then this attack expends 1 rage to deal double damage, which means that 80% damage goes to 160. You run him with William, add another 80% to possibly 160, because I'm not entirely sure yet. If you've already tested this combo, guys, let me know in the comment section below. But it says it doubles the damage. I don't know if that doubling damage takes effect after William's effect from his trait, or if it's before. If it's before, it'll be 160% plus 80%. Otherwise, it'll be 160 plus 160, essentially, because it'll be completely doubled. And it'll end up being a 320% attack, skill 1. That's going to do an additional 50% crit damage because of the trait, which is absolutely insanity. But either way, he's going to be doing 200% plus on a skill 1 with William in the team, which is already crazy for a skill 1 with that type of damage potential, because again, he's got a higher grade A attack and he's getting 50% crit damage additionally because of his trait. Insanity. His skill 2 will be 2 rounds. Now guys, don't confuse rounds with turns. 2 rounds is when everybody, including your enemies, have already taken their turn and you're back to the beginning of the rotation. You could take 20 turns in 1 round if you want, if you have that craziness going on. But a round and a turn are completely separate, so keep that in mind. Hopefully you're not confusing the two. I know sometimes it can get a bit confusing on these skills if it's not worded, if it's worded funky, so just keep that in mind. But anyways, counters any enemy attempt to inflict a negative effect with a total dispel. So basically he just says, nah, you ain't debuffing me, and thank you for the 2 free rage. Exceptionally amazing skill that you're going to be using in pretty much every bit of content in this game, because almost every bit of content in this game provides some form of debuffs onto you, either in PvP, if it's in a gear dungeon, if it's in a skill up dungeon for your abilities, if it's in the tower, if it's in bounty hunt, anywhere and everywhere, you're going to be getting debuffed by something. So that is a really good passive, and it feeds him some more rage so he could utilize his skill 1 in a more devastating manner. Plus he gets to make use, of course, of the 50% crit damage. Now his ultimate, now this is the big daddy. This is what got this guy on the map for me right now. 250% damage to an enemy, plus he gets an additional, he gets rage from that as well, so you could restock your rage. This is crazy, because this is going to be 250%, and there's a lot of things you can do to amp this guy up. Now, like I said, if his skill 1 works with William to where it even doubles Williams, his skill 1 can actually out damage his ult, because then it would be 320 to 250. Otherwise, I believe it's 240 to 250. So either way, if you got William in your team, he's basically got 2 ults, which is crazy. Dude's got basically 2 ults. But anyway, 250%, then you apply the 50% crit damage from his trait, and then you can also, of course, build him with attack, crit, and crit damage. That's going to be the go-tos for him. Obviously, you could run a raid set if you'd like to get that 20%, which I still feel like they really need to buff that set. 20% is still too low. I'd like that to be around 30 to 40% for a 4-piece set for crit. It's just too low to me. But anyways, so that would be nice to get those stats, boost them up, get 5-star gear, get 6-star gear eventually, get him around 4K to 5K plus. He'll easily hit 5K attack with 6-star gear, no doubt about it. He might even slide in a 6K attack with 6-star gear. I'm not sure, but it's going to depend, because you don't want to run attack on his ring as the main. You want to run that either a crit rate with high crit damage, or crit damage as the main with some attack and crit rate on the subs. So that's kind of where you want to go with his ring. Obviously his necklace is going to be attack percentage. I know it's a little bit different from beta, where it was actually in reverse, where the ring was attack or crit and the necklace was crit damage, but now it's just all over the place. I don't know why they changed that, but whatever. So you're going to want to go for that. You're going to try and get this guy around 250 to 300% crit damage at end game, with anywhere between 5 to 6K attack potentially, if he can hit those numbers, which he might. It's going to really depend on your substats, obviously. He doesn't need any speed, because this is going to be a guy that you're going to be using purely as a nuker. And he also gets 20 speed from his final level 5 glyphs, which is really, really nice. So that's not bad either. I think he gets a total of 29 speed from his glyphs in total. And he's at base 89 right now, and that's with only 1 dupe. He's going to get 15 more when I get his 3rd dupe, I believe. Let me double check that for you guys real quick. I'd like to give you guys the best information. Health... No, 4. You need 4 dupes to get his additional 15. So he's going to have decent speed. I mean, he has a B speed, obviously, so he's not going to be slow in the end. But yeah, this guy does a lot of things for you. And as long as those things that you're wanting him to do is damage, because that's what he's going to do. Absolutely phenomenal. If you try to get him and somebody tries to debuff him, he's going to say nope, and then he's going to smack you for it. Very awesome unit. I love his new buffs. Love his design still, as always. I always liked his design. Now he truly is Andre the Giant. Again, if you're wrestling fans, you get that reference. I'm very excited for him. Can't wait to hopefully showcase him at a later time when I have him a bit more built up and have more investment in him. Obviously his glyphs are really good, but I want to get him the 6-star, and I of course want to get his skills up and get him some decent gear, at least 5-star decent gear, and show you guys what he can do in a lot of different stages. He's going to be an Ash killer. He's going to turn Ash into Ash. So, and he's going to be a much cheaper option to build up long term, obviously, than like a Hydricia or a Sierra, because they're both legendaries. So him and Nathalia and Hakron, there you guys go. That is your more free-to-play friendly-ish Ash killing team right there, amongst other things. Nathalia's another solid one. We already talked about her in the last beta. She hasn't really changed. So if you guys want to see what my thoughts are on Nathalia, you can definitely go check out that video on the channel. All those things are still very much accurate and true for her, so she's still phenomenal. So yeah, water team is looking spicy. They're looking a little hot. They're looking a little bit like they should be fire, man, because they're on fire right now. So many good units coming out of the water element right now. We also got Santis as well, who's a poison unit, so throw her into the mix too. You got William. You know, we've already talked about him, probably top 5 unit in the entire game, because he has probably the best trade in the entire game, in my opinion. But yeah, but anyways, that's Andre. That's the new big nuker that I wanted to kind of, you know, bring to your guys and gals' attention. Let me know what you guys think about Andre in the comment section below. If you're already using Andre, let me know how you're handling with him, what kind of team build you have with him. Do you have him with William or not? Because I'm telling you, with William, he's going to do even more crazy numbers. I would also recommend running him with Mary, get that additional turn, and you can also give him that damage up with her skill 2, which is very, very cool. And she's a, you know, obviously she's a free-to-play unit. She's an elite. We've already talked about her previously. So yeah, a lot of things you can do with him. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. As I said, that's it. So don't forget to subscribe, check notifications. Join us in the Discord in the description below. Don't forget to like the video. 50 likes, please, guys, on today's video. Let's try and hit that number. And yeah, that's all I got to say about our boy Andre. Andre the Giant, ladies and gentlemen. Cannot wait. Oh, and don't forget to go ahead and follow me on Twitter at XSPlays, because we're going to start doing some polls probably next week that are going to be incorporated into some of the content we do here on the channel. So if you want to be a part of that and not miss that, definitely go ahead and follow me over there. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.